I'm not really the type to post things online, especially not about stuff like this, but it's been about 8 months now, and I still can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched or that someone's eventually going to track me down. I figured if I write it all out, at least there's some kind of record of what happened. I'm 24. At the time, I was living in Miami, scraping by on freelance catering and bartending gigs. Occasionally, you get called for high-end private events, rich people renting yachts, needing extra hands to pour drinks. So when my buddy Dave texted me about a 3-day charter, $1,500 cash, I didn't ask questions. I just said I was in. We met at a private marina near Key Biscayne. The boat was called the Serena, 110 feet of white fiberglass and tinted glass. The captain was a sunburned, quiet guy named Roy. The man paying for it all was Marcus, late 30s, soft-spoken, strangely polite. He told me the rules. Keep the drinks flowing, and don't go into the master stateroom unless asked. 12 guests came aboard, all young, all wealthy, filming everything for Instagram. There was a girl named Chloe, the life of the party, and her quieter friend, Maya, in a green sundress. By afternoon, everything felt normal. Music, laughter, the smell of sunscreen. But around 4, I walked into the salon to collect glasses and saw Marcus with 2 other men, a laptop open between them. On the screen was a live feed of a dark room, a timestamp in the corner, a green audio wave pulsing at the bottom. Marcus just smiled and asked about the ice supply. That night, I found Maya alone at the stern, staring at the black water, no drink in her hand, her phone showing no service. She looked pale, scared. "The movement's getting to me," she said. Chloe called her back to the party a minute later, and Maya forced a smile and went. By midnight, most guests were passed out. Marcus told me to sweep the decks. Walking the starboard side, I heard a dull thudding from below, furniture dragging, then a sharp metallic click. I needed the bathroom before heading to my bunk. Walking through the salon, I noticed the door to the lower cabins cracked open, a greenish light spilling out, the same color as that laptop screen. I froze. Voices drifted up the stairwell. Is she completely under? It was Marcus, but flat, cold. "Yeah, give it 20 minutes, Roy answered. "The pulse is steady. I don't want to clean up in the harbor. The coordinates are set for the transfer? 3 a.m. They're already coming out from Bimini." My heart slammed against my ribs. Footsteps started toward the stairs. I slipped into the bathroom, killed the light, and stood frozen in the dark as heavy steps crossed the salon floor and stopped right outside the door. I held my breath until they finally turned away and the aft door slid shut. I ran to my bunk and told myself it was drugs. An overdose, nothing worse. I made myself believe it until I fell asleep. The next morning, Maya was gone. Her sunglasses were still on the deck table. Her phone was still charging in Chloe's cabin. Marcus explained smoothly. A water taxi. Seasickness. She didn't want to ruin the party. Chloe frowned at the story but let it go. Nobody argues with a billionaire. But I'd been awake past midnight. There'd been no boat, no engine, no wake, just silence, and that scraping sound from below. The day crawled by in low-grade panic. Every time I tried to get Dave alone, Marcus or Roy seemed to appear. Late in the afternoon, Roy cornered me by the storage locker. "You're a quiet kid, Leo," he said. "Some crew think they hear things. Out here, the ocean plays tricks." Then, almost casually, "We're moving to deep water tonight. Make sure nothing goes overboard that shouldn't." It wasn't a warning, it was a threat. That night, I locked myself in the galley with Dave and told him everything. He didn't believe me, until I asked him why a girl would leave her phone behind for a midnight water taxi. I watched the doubt crack across his face. We agreed we'd take the tender boat at 1 a.m., kill its power switch so it wouldn't show on the monitors, and run west for the Florida coast. At midnight, the engines roared to life and the Serena pushed into open water. By 1:15, we crept onto the aft deck. I climbed into the tender and started releasing the tie-down straps, one by one, my hands shaking. A hand grabbed my shoulder. It was Marcus. He looked at the released straps, then at me. "Where are you going, Leo?" Dave stood a few feet away, frozen, guilt written across his face. "He told me," Marcus said. "Dave's a smart boy. He knows $1,500 can become $50,000 if you learn to forget things." "Dave, what did you do?" I choked out. "I'm sorry," Dave whispered. "I have a family." Marcus said Maya's fine. Marcus stepped closer on the wet platform, calm as ever. You have a choice, Leo. Come inside, have a drink, and on Sunday, you walk off this boat rich, or you can be stubborn. He glanced at the black water behind us. I understood exactly what he meant. Okay, I said, letting my shoulders drop. You're right, I'm sorry. He reached out a hand to help me up. Instead, I swung the metal ratchet strap in my fist straight into his face. He screamed and stumbled back, blood pouring from his nose. I slammed the emergency release lever, and the tender dropped into the yacht's churning wake. The current spun me sideways as the Serena pulled away, its searchlight snapping on, sweeping the water for me. The outboard sputtered, failed, then finally caught. I ran without lights, ducking into wave troughs whenever the searchlight swept close. For 2 hours I drove blind through open swells until the engine died. Out of fuel, 22 miles off the coast. I watched the yacht's lights circle for hours before finally turning away near dawn. A shrimp boat pulled me out of the water the next morning. I told the police everything. 2 days later, a detective called. They'd found the Serena, spotless, docked in Fort Lauderdale. Marcus was gone. Every guest, including Chloe, swore Maya had left by water taxi. They even had a text from her number saying she'd made it back to the hotel. Dave told police I'd had a breakdown at sea, that I'd attacked Marcus unprovoked. The case closed. I moved back to Ohio, changed my number, deleted everything, took a night job at a warehouse where nobody asks questions. 3 weeks ago, I came out after my shift to find a photograph tucked under my windshield wiper. Me, walking into a grocery store, taken from across the street. On the back, in neat handwriting, "The ocean keeps its secrets." I haven't slept more than 2 hours a night since. A few days ago, I was searching Marcus's name online and found a magazine profile from 2 weeks back. In the background of one photo, at a party in New York, stood a girl in a black dress, smiling, holding champagne. It was Maya. I zoomed in on her face. Her eyes were completely vacant. The exact same look she had staring out at that black ocean the night before she vanished. They didn't kill her. They didn't sell her. They did something worse. They broke her into exactly what they wanted. And then they put her back. And now I can't stop wondering, if they ever find me, is that what they're going to do to me too?